What is up, coconuts? It's Eliza, and in this video I'm going to be making one of my all-time favorite vegan dinner recipes. This recipe is for vegan macaroni and cheese, and it is so good. It is not exactly a replacement for like Kraft macaroni and cheese or Annie's. It's not gonna really taste exactly the same as those, but it's a really good substitute because it's super savory, super delicious, very hearty and filling, and just, oh my gosh, I just love it. It was inspired by one of my favorite whole food plant-based Instagram accounts called Joys of Jade. She posts tons of different whole food plant-based recipes, vegan recipes, and they're all amazing. I've made a few of her recipes now and they've all been really good, so definitely go and check her out. I'll put her down in the description. So this recipe is not exactly the same as hers, but it is inspired by her account. So without further ado, let's go make some macaroni. So you're gonna start off by making your pasta, any type of pasta. This recipe does make enough sauce for about 500 grams, so do keep that in mind. Go ahead and get your water started to prep that. Then go ahead and get your blender set up. That is the main tool we're gonna be using. So the base of this recipe is actually beans. You can use any variety of white bean. You do want to use white ones to keep the color consistent with what macaroni and cheese would look like. So go ahead and open those up or start cooking them if you're making them from scratch. Don't you love my can opener? It was a gift to me from the Flintstones. So go ahead and add those into the blender. Then you're also going to add 1 1/3 cups of veggie broth. I made this using Better Than Bouillon vegetarian broth base. And next we're gonna add some onion. You could use any type of onion. I happen to have a red one on hand, so I used that, and I cut off a wedge about yay big, which you're just gonna go ahead and throw in the blender with everything else. And then add the juice from half a lemon. Just go ahead and squeeze that in there. And don't forget to keep an eye on your boiling water for the pasta. Next, we're gonna add garlic. Because we're blending everything, you could just use whole cloves, but I happen to have minced on hand, so I just use that. And I use about a heaping teaspoon, as you can see here. And then to give it that cheesy flavor, we're gonna add 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast. You're just gonna measure it out and pour it into the blender with everything else. Then we're gonna add soaked cashews. You could either soak them in cold water overnight, or you can do the quick soak method, which I did, which is where you just pour boiling water over them and let them sit for about 20 minutes. To add a little more creaminess, I use 1/4 cup of almond milk. Just make absolutely sure that it is not flavored or not sweetened, because otherwise it will be pretty gross. Then go ahead and blend it. You do want to blend it for quite a while at a very high speed because you do want it to be super smooth. As you can see here, it does come out completely liquidy, completely smooth. It looks so good. And then you're just going to pour it over your pasta and mix everything together. If you feel the need, you can add some seasoning. I use some crushed black pepper, crushed red chili flakes, and some sea salt. Okay guys, so this is the final result. Looks so good. I came out really well. I did a few taste tests along the way, couldn't resist, and it is amazing. You can definitely play around with this recipe. You can, change up the amounts of each thing and kind of customize the flavor to how you like it, but this is the way that I usually do it. And yeah, super obsessed, so I'm gonna go devour this and then be really full and probably go into a food coma. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe and drop a comment if you're gonna try this recipe, or if you have another vegan mac and cheese recipe that you wanna share. I'd love to hear about it. So don't forget to do that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.